What up, everybody? It's the Barbell Jerks Podcast, episode 40. I'm Ralph.
And I'm Hans.
Jamie.
And we got a special guest, Eddie the Hunter Ortiz.
Yes,
Ortiz.
sir. Yes, sir.
And he is Jamie's...
my little cousin, but we're pretty much, I was raised by my aunt and uncle, so
yeah.
My brother here.
Yeah, he raised me, pretty much.
Really?
We got
That's
Jamie
what I was
here
gonna ask.
too.
Yeah, and we got your son, right?
Yeah. My son
What's his
right
name?
here. Mateo. Jeremy Mateo.
What's up, dude? Pound it.
Give him some knuckles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Munching out.
Right?
Yeah, because you had always called him your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're
Science.
packing up. I know, right? We need to get sponsored. We're packing up. We're like, yeah, my cousin.
Yeah.
Notoriously late.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
obviously, look how tall he is. We don't look like brothers.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah, you should
I
see
just
people's
thought-
reactions every time he tells them that we're brothers.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
You're like, wait a
All the
minute.
Yeah, and then
They're
I
like,
agree
"What?"
with them because then when I agree with them, they're just like, what?
And then,
Because they think he's joking all the time, and I'm just like, yeah, he's my brother.
and then our older brother is 6'4".
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So they're like,
So how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah,
God
6'2".
damn, so you're
yeah.
just way taller.
Yeah, he's 6'4", and then he's like really light complected too. So it's hilarious.
He's got the ginger beard and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's my dad's genes, man. I think we just take more from my dad.
Yeah.
He takes from my mom's side.
Yeah.
So
You didn't bring me one, bro?
Dude, Steph took the other one.
Damn.
You sent the producer to the store right now. I heard you.
No, she went to HEB.
Oh.
Where's she
They,
at?
they got him there too?
No, she didn't go to HEB. She was just getting it from the curbside thing.
All right.
No.
Well, so we got this guy here. He's not into CrossFit, fucking hates on it. So that's not the fitness part of it. But he is a local professional boxer.
Nice.
yeah, no, I don't hate on
No.
CrossFit, man. I do it just to
He
really
says that
rag on
now.
this guy.
Yeah.
Nah, to be honest with you, I like the kind of direction CrossFit has gone. Like with that,
Not lately.
I mean, just as big as it's gotten. And I know a lot of people that had never worked out ever in their life
Yeah.
before, a part of my life that I've just known,
Yeah.
and they got into CrossFit, and it's really changed their lives. So, to be honest with you, as long as somebody's getting healthy and getting fit and just checking after their health,
Yeah.
then I don't really care what they do.
Yeah,
Just moving
it's-
around.
Yeah, I just like talking shit, to piss this guy off.
Well, it changed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it did. You was a fat ass,
Still am.
real bad.
A little bit more.
Fatter
but-
than I am now.
but really, even then, just it kind of I mean, just like I say, he kind of raised me, so I always looked up to him, and our older brother, we always looked up to him too. But he was kind of out of the picture at the time, so just being raised by him, and
Yeah.
him being kind of the
bad
role model,
role model.
yeah, the role model for me. To see him start this and to kind of take off with it the way he did,
Yeah.
it was really motivating to me because I know I can't really speak for him, but just from my perspective of it, he didn't really have a sense of direction once he got out of the military.
Yeah.
And to see him,
It's true.
to see him kind of,
Touched about that a little bit.
come
last
in
week.
and do this and take off with it the way he has. And I mean, it's changed his life. Like you said, I mean, he's married now. He's got a good life going for him.
Unfortunately.
So
What's the age difference?
7 years.
7
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
Okay.
mhm.
Nice.
So, what is that? When you were in high school,
He
you were still
was-
in middle school?
He was getting into middle school.
Yeah, I was still in elementary school. So
Yeah.
he was out skateboarding with all his friends, and I was trying to follow the pack, man.
You
Yeah.
skateboard, Jamie?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a given.
Yeah.
Didn't Rambo have a skateboard here last time?
I didn't see you on
I thought
it.
the
I didn't
stat
want.
did.
I don't want. Oh, the stat did.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up my shoes.
You choose?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
what you
because you'll
said.
fuck up your shoes if you try
Yeah.
to ollie.
Do anything on a skateboard with some shoes, man.
I never knew that.
Yeah. That's all I did.
Obviously.
I drank
I didn't
and-
do that.
Drank and skateboard.
You were goofy or regular?
Goofy foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your water at?
Now, just because I'm really consumed into boxing and the business side of it.
Yeah.
So I don't really watch a lot of TV or anything, but I have been noticing like on social medias that there's been a lot of talk about the CrossFit games.
Yeah. Yeah,
they
About
just
some
happened
shit
last
happening,
week.
but
That's what-
Yeah.
but I hear there's like a lot of like
Controversy?
a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true?
There's a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay,
a
I don't
bunch
know.
of
I don't
stuff.
watch any of it. That's why I just thought I'd ask.
It's
Well,
just the format's different this year. So I guess anytime that there's any changes, people just go up in arms and,
Yeah.
Hmm.
All in
kinda
all, it
get
turned
butthurt.
out good, though. So it's...
yeah. Same
it's
people
just-
won last year.
Yeah.
So-
It's just different
Was it
stuff.
that Matt Frazier guy?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
won again?
Yeah, he won
Oh
again.
wow, dang.
So now he's tied with Rich, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That guy used to be like the number one guy, right?
Well, he
Yeah,
still
Rich,
is in
yeah.
the team world.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
he's still kicking ass. What are your workouts like?
It's all programmed, man. So it just depends on when we're talking. Like, this was the longest camp I've ever had leading up to a fight, which I'm thankful for. But at the same time, I wasn't used to this being at this long.
Yeah.
So we had to program a whole bunch of different things. So as far as my strength and conditioning work goes, I mean, that started 8 weeks ago, about 8 weeks ago. And really that just started with Olympic lifts and just compound lifts, just to kind of, get some strength back going and put a little bit of size on. Then about 4 weeks out, we started actually just doing a little bit more sport specific type work, based off of time rather than reps and sets.
Okay.
So,
how long is a camp normally? Like before this camp, because you said this is the longest one. How long was it?
I was taking fights like on 2 week notices and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, but even then, I always stay in the gym, man.
Yeah.
I live this, like, this is really the life I live. I know it's kind of like cliche to say especially coming from a professional athlete, but I stay inside a gym. I stay around boxing, whether it be inside a gym or outside of it. So it doesn't really matter to me. I was always ready whenever they gave me the call and asked if I'd fight this guy or that guy. I was like, yeah.
So I don't think we said it, like, so you're
Quick background.
Yeah, quick background on your boxing. It's you're a boxer, but where's I know there's different rankings and different stuff. Where are you at?
So if you want me to take it all the way back,
Take it back.
Well, right now, where do you stand as far
okay. Right now, so I'm gonna be fighting in Austin at the I'm headlining the Frank Irwin Center, the main event,
Nice.
On the 24th of this month, and I am fighting for a WBC silver title. So it's WBC. If you follow boxing, it's Canelo has the 160-pound title right now.
Didn't he get
in
stripped?
the WBC? He got stripped by the WBO or one of the other sanctioning bodies. Yeah, but the WBC made him the franchise champion. So.
These guys are lost when it comes to boxing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Rob's,
I mean,
Rob's
I know a little, but not.
But that's why I say Canelo, because
not
Canelo's the champion of the WBC. So if I win this belt, I get ranked in the WBC. So say by the time I get to, I mean, my name will be out there. So he could just be like, well, I want to fight that guy.
Oh,
and then
okay,
I'll get that. I'll get that payday kind of deal. You know?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So where did it all start for you?
in 2010, the year I was graduating from high school, is when it started. I always wanted to do it my whole life. My parents never let me. I was big into baseball.
Yeah.
My father was big into baseball with me, so I played year round all the time. I was playing a lot of sports as a kid growing up, and I gave it all up once I got to high school and just started hanging out in the streets with my friends, getting
In the
trouble.
streets.
Yeah, into trouble doing
That role
shit I
model.
wasn't supposed to be doing. And I was always out there fighting in the streets, and I just remember as a kid, I don't know if you remember those old cable boxes that used to be able to steal the pay-per-views off of.
Oh, yeah.
The brown ones,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we used to watch the pay-per-view fights, like the Oscar De La Hoya.
We didn't steal
when
them.
we were kids. Yeah. when we were kids, and really, man, it's just I always wanted to do it. I always told my dad and mom, they never let me. So when I turned 18, which was my senior year of high school, I was like, well, fuck that. I'm gonna go to the gym. They can't really tell me anything. So went to the gym, man, and that was it, man. I walked in one day, and I haven't stopped since. So it's been now 9 years straight that I've been doing this with really no breaks, man.
He's right though. Growing up, man, we'd always have get-togethers, barbecues. My uncle, dad would fucking put the grill on. My other uncle Richard would come over, and everybody would have barbecue in the back. We'd be playing in the back, and then fights would come on, and everybody just hit into the living room and watch the pay-per-view boxings all the time. Man, Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Mayweather's,
That's legit.
Tyson's. Like when we were young, they watched a lot of combat sports growing up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Were in high school, or you always getting into fights and shit, or
not necessarily in school. I mean, I did get in a couple fights in school, but not necessarily in school, man. It was more like I say, man, I was rarely in school.
yeah,
Just to be honest, man, you know what I mean? So I was really, so the thing was that I didn't find any interest in school, but I was a very good test taker. So I just knew I had to show up on test day,
gotcha.
take the test, and pass the class. You know what I mean? So I was very good
that's
at that.
good.
Hey, and I wasn't here while he was in high school, so y'all can't
he
blame
wasn't
me.
here. Yeah,
I
he
was
wasn't here
gone.
during this time. But so a lot of the time, man, I was just skipping and being out in the streets and whatever trouble I found, and whatever trouble me and my friends came across, I was always the first one to be like, well, fuck that, I'm gonna fight this dude. So that's basically how it started. But yeah, man, I just walked in the gym one day, started doing it. I remember I went into we have a mutual friend, he rests his soul, but Andy Covington, he took his younger cousin, JR Artemis Martinez, who's my trainer now, to Zazamoto Street Gym, which I don't know if you know that, but it's like Tony Ayala Sr. It's a very legendary gym. Yeah, it's a legendary trainer.
My dad trained there.
Yeah, at the west side, on the west side. So JR came over one day and was like, hey, instead of going to that gym you're going to, why don't you just come over to the gym where I go, which was Zazamoto. So I said, all right, cool. So I went over there. Tony Ayala Sr. was like, hey, man. He told JR, he pulled him aside. He said, hey, bring that kid back here again. Tell him he can train here for free. I can do something with them. So ever since he told me that, it just took off, man. I won three San Antonio Golden Glove championships, 4 regional USA titles, and then I won a Texas State Golden Gloves championship. I won 2012 Adidas National PAL tournament, which is a national title.
In Oxnard, right?
Yeah, in Oxnard. Yeah. And then in 2015, I won the U.S. Nationals, which is like the biggest tournament you can win inside of U.S.
Yeah.
I won gold in that, and that qualified me and ranked me number 2 in the nation and qualified me for the Olympic trials in 2015. Wow. Yeah, so.
What the fuck are these people walking straight over here for? And having bums, bro.
Oh,
they're
nice.
walking straight over here.
Bums?
Yep.
Bumsies?
Yeah. Olympic trials, sorry. I'm just like, Steph's in there by herself, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
She had the door locked?
No, it's open.
It's open.
Oh, man, they ain't gonna do nothing, man.
Yeah, I know. No, but it's just funny. They come in and it's like, oh, what are y'all doing in here? I'm like,
what are you doing in here?
Working out, man.
So that's how it all started, man. So once I got through with the Olympic trials, which didn't go my way, once I got through with that, I decided to turn professional. Had my first my pro debut was in El Paso at the badass baseball stadium they have out there.
Yeah.
I had in front of like 6,000, 7,000 people.
First round knockout.
Yeah, first round knockout. So ever since then, man, just been kind of rolling through things, man.
You fought in El Salvador as well, professionally, correct?
Yeah, fought in El Salvador.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I trained out in Helsinki,
He's
Finland.
flexing hard right now, dude.
And actually, before the U.S. Nationals that I won, I had fought out in Helsinki against their national champion and beat him.
On the cold?
Yeah.
Shit.
So I'm doing it, man.
You had a camp out in Finland too, didn't you?
Yeah, recently.
You plan on heading back out there at all?
I want to.
Anytime?
I want to.
So how long after you stepped in the gym, after your senior year, did you were like, you know what? I guess it was when Senior told you, right? Ayala Senior told you, hey, let's come back, train for free. Mm-hmm. How long before that did you start fighting, like against opponents, not just sparring?
Nah, that I didn't. I wasn't even fighting then. Okay. I was just kind of training because I thought, really, I was a real huge fan of Nate and Nick Diaz at the time.
Okay.
And I wanted to do MMA, but I also knew, like, well, I can't just go to an MMA gym because I don't know anything about those, but I do know people who know boxing gyms.
I got you.
So I might as well just go learn the discipline and then take that over whenever I'm ready. But once I got into boxing and just found out how difficult it was to just even train inside a boxing gym and just technical wise, I was like, oh, fuck that, I'm gonna stay here. Like, this shit.
You gotta think about the gym, that's Motor Street Gym. It was a little bigger than this room, wider. But you know how we have the bay doors?
Yeah.
There was no bay doors. It was hot as fuck in there, dog.
So you have like 2 of like those industrial fans just blowing real heavy, and you have about like 4 or 5 boxers like hunched over waiting for the round to start, trying to get some air, man.
Yeah. Oh, shit. But Tony had one of those R2D2 fans like right in front of him. We put ice in the bottom and they blow cold air out, and he's just sitting there. Everybody else is dying. And he's like, hey, Lobo, that's what they called me, or Gordo, or Mohammed, because I had a beard. He's like, hey, go put on the sweatsuit, the fucking plastic, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna die in here.
Dude, they would tell you to put that shit on.
Yeah,
the trash bags.
Yeah, no, the plastic sauna suits.
Thankfully, I've never had to, man.
Yeah.
I've never had that problem. Like, as far as weight goes, I'm very.
They'd lube us up.
These guys.
Wait, are we still in the gym in this story? What's going on?
Well, I forgot what
Jamie,
the
I didn't know you
right?
fucking trained either.
Yeah, I used to go train with them.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you used to get in the ring and spar and everything, man.
lube me up with that fucking Abilene, and then fucking throw that.
Oh,
that,
I remember people would tell me
that sauna suit on, dude, and I was like,
one of my I forgot, he was our truck driver for heavy equipment. He used to train. I forgot where he trained, but he told me about that.
yeah,
He'd be like, bro, put some of that on, put the sweatsuit
dude, it
on,
fucking
go
makes you
go
sweat.
crazy.
Does
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
He said something about, and I don't know, I'm just saying, he said something about when you're cutting or something like that, he used to just drink caps of water, not too much water during rounds, so you won't be all fucked up.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I was
The
like,
sci-
oh
the
shit.
science-
So much has advanced. since
Yeah,
then.
exactly. The science behind all of boxing and just the fight game, period. I think all of the fight, whatever combat sport it be, I think has been so shitty in the past.
Yeah.
Like as far as what they thought worked, and
Yeah.
you know what they made work just through will and fucking
Yeah.
balls. You know. Now it's just like fuck that. You know what I mean? Like there's science behind it now. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you don't have to drink a bottle cap.
Nah,
You can drink a
yeah.
little
So
bit more.
honestly, like when it comes to the weigh-in part of it, like the fight week, I'm drinking a lot of water, man.
Yeah.
Actually, and I'm still eating. So it's just a matter of just knowing.
Yeah.
Like I say, like everything's so advanced now, and technology. I mean, especially with the internet, man, you can get information from across the world so fast.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about combat sports, this is a question that always gets asked to me about other fighters. So what weight class do you fight at?
A middleweight.
I know these answers, but I'm just
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
That's good. You're softballing those to us.
middleweight, and what in boxing that goes to what
160.
160
pounds.
So in MMA, middleweight is a 185.
Mhm.
So that's why I was
Oh,
clearing that
okay.
up. So 160.
Mm-hmm.
What's your walking around weight at normally?
Like 180.
There you go.
So before a fight, like during your camp, you have to cut down to that 160.
Just the fight week. So I usually get to like.
Look at these guys are just like, what?
No, I'm gonna pay attention.
Nah. So like when it comes to like, okay, so we're 2 weeks out come Monday, or actually from yesterday, Saturday,
yeah.
2 weeks out. So starting Monday, I'll start to cut down. I'll just clean up my eating a little bit more to where it's just more protein, a little bit less carbs, nothing crazy. Then come like Sunday, what it is I'll drink 2 gallons of water to kind of flush everything out.
Yeah.
In one day. The following day, 1.5 gallon. The next day, a gallon. The day after that, a half. The day after that, a quarter, and then that's it to weigh in. You know, but really, it's really just getting to like 175 by the end of, I'd say by Friday, and I'll be good. So I'll cut 10 to 12 pounds within that week.
Just
easily.
sitting in the sauna.
Nah,
No?
it's not even that, man. Just drinking all that water and cutting out all carbs completely. So I'll just take in a lot of protein.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever want to know how to cut 10 pounds in a week, man,
Yes,
that's how you do
Let's
it, man.
do it, Ralph. This
Baby,
week.
you writing this shit down, right?
Oh yeah,
So 2 gallons
Crystal
and
may
then
have to
reduce
cut
it about a
too.
half gallon every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What does your nutrition look like in camp?
In camp, as far as like at the beginning, I mean, really, man, I eat tacos, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love Mexican food, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like that's my thing.
Mexican.
Yeah, that's my thing. So
We just went to one right here on Fredericksburg with Ralph.
yeah, it's good.
We gotta go check it out. It's good, dude.
Yeah?
It was pretty fire.
Yeah, that and I mean, sometimes I'll meet up with him and we'll go eat like Indian food or
Yeah.
really, man. For me, I hate to say this, but I was really blessed with a
Yeah.
very good metabolism to where I burn a lot of it off inside the gym and
Yeah.
doing 2 workouts a day, man. It's
I didn't
not,
get that
it's
gene.
not hard.
He got all of it. Well, you don't wear jeans, so that's why.
Yeah. our older brother too. He's fucking just tall, and lanky, dude.
Yeah.
Just ectomorph completely.
Just the black sheep of the family, huh?
No, my brother's super fat.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not lying, man.
Younger or older?
He's older.
Yeah,
So,
you
so
know-
what it is, so from my mom's side, which is his mom and my mom are sisters.
Yeah.
That side of the family are really big boned, man. Like,
Yeah.
and I know that's not,
Well, his
Yeah,
mom,
exactly.
his mom's not though. She's the only one that.
But even then, like,
Yeah.
she's tall.
Yeah.
But she's still a heavy set woman.
Yeah.
Like, but you just can't tell because she's so tall. But she's
Oh,
still,
I-
she weighs like 170 pounds right now.
she's my
180
height.
pounds,
She's
yeah.
5'9".
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
that's pretty
5'10".
tall.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
I'm
Tall
5'10".
girl.
She's like 5'8", 5'9".
That's
Yeah.
pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, but it's just really from my dad's side, man. Like,
Yeah.
my dad's 6'1". He's like maybe 210 pounds at most, and he feels like he's
he
fat.
was always thinner
Yeah.
Until he got older.
Yeah.
What was he telling us at the gym? He was doing something that one time, and he was like, "I had to stop, bro. I felt my chi-chis moving."
Mountain.
Yeah, that's right.
He says he'd be walking around Woodlawn Park, man. He catches cramps all of a sudden. Man. I'm just like, what? You're walking,
Just
man.
walking?
Yeah, you're walking, man.
You're like, oh fuck, I gotta slow down here. I'll slow down my walk.
To his credit, man, he's almost 60, so he's still pushing it out, man. He's a master electrician, still runs his own company, does all his own work. So I can't.
Oh, electrician, dude, they fucking sweating.
And he's in
Dude, man,
He's in the gym all the time too.
I hate it, man. We just did a job with him. I know he helped.
I helped for like 2
he-
days.
Yeah, he helped a couple days, but I
You
did
helped?
Yeah. I just do what they tell me. Hey, give me a wrench. What's that look like?
Give me 3/4.
Jamie, you're telling me all this stuff that I don't know about you here.
yeah, it's some hard work though, man. That'll keep you humble, man. That'll
Yeah.
definitely. We're just wearing the boots itself, man, and walking up and down a ladder and having your hands over your head all the time and
That shit
trying
hurts,
to
bro.
trying to do this and your
Yeah.
forearms are burning.
I
Like, nah,
never
man.
realized how much of a fucking shoulder burn you get from just doing this with the fucking screwdriver.
Bro,
I'm like,
that
fuck.
shit. We used to do make readies and we used to have to put fans up. Fucking hell, going like that and just holding it for so long, your arms just feel so heavy, dude.
Are you inside a construction?
Yeah,
work?
well, I do heavy highway construction.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So-
yeah. So you know what it is,
Yeah.
man.
No,
yeah.
he sits behind a computer.
Well, I used to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in estimating now, so I just
Okay.
bid the
Nah,
job.
yeah,
But
yeah.
before
Well, you
I used
earned
to
it though.
be,
You earned it though. You
Yeah.
can't just go into estimating.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
I was outside.
I can
with the-
estimate whatever
That was
the
Big
fuck
Red
I want. Big Red Ralph.
Hey, a big motherfucker swinging a hammer, bro. I can swing that hammer.
I believe you though, man. I
believe
believe you because I remember one summer my dad was like, "Nah, you're gonna come with me and you're gonna dig this trench for me since you want to be getting out there, getting
Yeah.
fucked up, getting drunk." I was like
Yeah.
15, man. So like, fuck you, I'll
Yeah.
go do it. I'll show you how it's done.
I'll
Dad.
show you.
Yeah, I'll show you how it's done, Dad. So he sends me out there, man. And gives me a shovel, like a sharpshooter, just kind of just dig out the trench. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to beat the shit out of the ground. He's laughing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this dude laughing at? You know what I mean? Like, you told me to do this. And he's like, you're not going to beat Mother Earth, man. Sure enough, I took off my shirt, man, because I thought I was Billy Badass
Yeah.
over here. Still trying to fucking sharpshoot that trench, dude. By the time I know it, by the end of the day, dude, that was the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life, dude. I couldn't leave the house or my bed for like 2 or 3 days, man. It was that bad. And he was just laughing. He's like, see, I told you, motherfucker. And I was like, oh, all right.
And that's the type of guy that lets you just do it.
Yeah.
And then like
Tell you
afterwards he'll feel bad, like fuck, if the sunburn's real bad. He'll be like, I should have told you, but I didn't. he'll let you shock yourself too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been into a hot wire not too long, like maybe 3 years ago when I was still working with him. I've been into a hot wire and I just remember just getting zapped, man. I dropped the pliers and you heard it. He heard the pliers hit the ladder and all I heard was his fucking laugh from the other room. And he's like, see, I told you, motherfucker. And I was like, ah, man.
He'll watch you. He'll watch you doing it, and then you'll get
He won't
zapped.
say
And he's
nothing
like,
either,
"Did you
yeah.
check the breaker? Ah, shit," or something like that. He'll watch you do it.
So you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made sure we learned, man. We learned the hard way, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just being around that and just having, my dad really, is just my hero, man. And
Yeah.
that's why I want to be half the dad he was to me, to my son. And I know my son will be all right.
He wasn't my biological father, but that's my dad, man.
Yeah.
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 He's crazy, man.
Yeah, but
How
that's-
how are your trainings? You say you had two days, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does your first training look like? What time is that at?
It's roughly around like 7 a.m.
Okay.
I normally get there at 7 a.m. and then I normally do my, just warming up,
Yeah.
getting my my dynamic stretching and things like that. Roll out a little bit, maybe get some mobility in my shoulders because
Yeah.
I got some bad shoulders, so I do that.
Hey, bro, don't say that on air.
Right? We can edit that out.
I don't care, man. They should know by now. Nah, but it takes about 30 minutes just to get warmed up, and then by that time we just get going. But right now, like during this last 2 weeks, and especially within the 4 weeks, we try to do low impact workouts.
Okay.
So a lot of the time we're in the pool, man. And so we do a lot of work inside
That
the
shit
pool.
drains you,
Dude,
man, right?
pool
Yeah,
workouts
yeah.
are no joke.
Yeah, I hate it, man. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I love it because when I get out, I'm not super sore to where I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't really do the next workout.
Yeah.
But I just know I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
Like my legs
Yeah.
are beat, my arms are beat. Yeah, so.
Just punching like noodles. Just
So how long is that first 7 a.m. one?
I'd say about an hour. So right now, like during this part of the program, we normally, since I'm fighting an 8-round fight, we'll
Yeah.
do 8 rounds. So 8 3-minute rounds. So for 3 minutes straight, I'm going high intensity
Okay.
inside whatever workout we're doing
Yeah.
for 8 rounds at a time. So 30-second breaks in between to a minute, 30 to a minute.
Okay.
And then right after that, we'll do more of the mobility type stuff
Okay.
and strength type stuff after we finish all that. So
Interesting.
And then when you get a little break and then you do your second.
yeah, so I get a long break. So I normally finish around like by the time I get back to home or wherever I'm, say if I got a meeting or whatever, it's normally right about like 8:30 or 9.
Okay.
When I'm finally finished with everything. And then I work out my actual boxing training. I'll do at 7:30 in the evening, like 7:30.
Yeah.
So I get a pretty good stretch because, I mean, you don't want to. Your body needs that rest too.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to just fatigue it back to back, which is
Yeah.
what I was doing before I knew of having a strength and conditioning guy and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was just doing back to back, man. I didn't give a shit. No stretching, nothing. Just go fucking hard, dude, and just come home.
That's
So-
what I was telling
Go-
Jamie earlier today.
go-
Stretch.
Going
Yeah.
off of that, going off of what you just said, things recently just changed for you, correct? As your record is what now?
8-0.
8-0, and this will be your first fight under.
Yeah,
there you go.
Davies Entertainment, man. I got signed to Davies Entertainment. Is Cameron Davies is the owner of Davies Entertainment, or he's the president. He also owns Cruising Kitchens,
Okay.
which is I don't know if you've watched the Discovery Channel or if any of y'all do, but
Only Shark Week, dude.
yeah, right. Nah, but he was on the Discovery Channel, and he builds like these super massive mobile kitchens. Like he just built one for San Jose State, which is the largest in the world.
Jeez.
Yeah, so he gets these big connexes and he puts them together, man. He
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
Before
crazy.
before being signed with Davies, now you were doing all this on your own, correct?
Yeah, self-managed. Well, to be fair though, like I had a guy named Dr. Brian Raditz, who was a renowned psychologist out in Philadelphia in the Northeast, and he wasn't necessarily my manager. He was more of my advisor, and really he was just helping me out as a friend, man.
Like a mentor.
Yeah, more of a mentor, but also because he was Tony Jr.'s manager once he got out of prison the first time.
Okay.
If y'all know that story of Tony Jr. But
Tony Ayala Jr.
yeah,
El Torito.
So he was his psychologist inside prison at Rawway, and
Okay.
then when he got out, he became his manager and gave up his job. But he was a super nice guy, man. He helped me out with everything. So when I turned pro, he was kind of the first advisor I had to kind of just show me the ropes of the game,
Yeah.
and just give me kind of the okay, this is bullshit, this is not,
Yeah.
that type of deal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so once he passed away, rest his soul, it was kind of a shot in my heart because Tony Sr. had just passed away like 2 years before that. So back to back, two of the guys that I looked up to
Yeah.
for any kind of guidance inside the sport had passed away. So I just decided, you know what, I know enough. Like from these two guys and what they told me, like I know enough to kind of, maneuver my way through this business to get to where I need to get to.
Yeah.
And that happened this past December. I mean, I was managing myself this whole time. Fought in, like I said, 2-week notices, things like that. Then this past December, I got an opportunity to fight this guy named Curtis Colvin, who at the time, like, everybody was kind of scared to fight him because I think he was like 15-2, but he had something like 14 knockouts or something like that. So he was just a knockout artist kind of guy.
Everybody was scared to fight him because he just got out of prison for murder, man.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Damn.
Which didn't make sense to me, man, because I don't know, like he might be a murderer in the streets, but we're in a boxing ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even then, like I don't know his story, like behind that. I mean, I seen what was said.
I just
but
saw
I
what the
don't-
news posted. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy's
so,
a fucking murderer.
in respect to the guy, man, like he can't. I mean, the fact that he gave me the opportunity
Yeah.
to showcase my talent without he didn't know who I was, man. I know he didn't. And I know his team kind of misadvised him on that.
Yeah.
But just to get in the ring with him and just just kind of really just beat him for 8 rounds. I really just outboxed him and just made him look pretty bad for the 8 rounds.
Now he knows.
Yeah, now he knows. Yeah, and like I say, man,
So
all
it went to
respect him.
decision?
Yeah, it went to decision, unanimous. I won unanimous decision in his.
in
His,
Austin.
no, it was in Houston, but it was under his promotion and all his people were there. So it was basically his fight to win because he was already posting.
Was it
on,
Houston?
Yeah, it was Houston. Yeah, but
What's
he was
You were
saying
just so
that.
drunk.
Yeah,
Probably.
But
No, I don't-
he
I
was
don't
saying
know.
that he was going to get a bigger fight right after me, like that. So he was
Yeah.
already looking ahead of me,
Yeah.
without knowing who I was.
Ah,
and
that's right. It was
being
Houston.
a 2-time national champion, ranked number 2 in the U.S. Like I just didn't get that by just
Yeah.
getting that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I kind of
Yeah.
earned that. So
You earned that shit.
yeah, the hard way, man. Really the hard way, because if you come from where I came from, like inside the gym that we came from, like nobody was giving us any kind of help.
Yeah.
Like, so if when I fought people, I really had to beat them.
Yeah.
So coming out of the amateurs, I mean, winning 2 national titles with only 36 amateur fights, when I was fighting guys who had like 150 to 200.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's different down in Mexico, man. Some of the fight, like there's people that have amateur fights and they never are professional fights, and then they still fight amateur because it doesn't fucking register on the boxing stuff sanctionings here.
Yeah.
So they'll have professional fights in Mexico and then still be an amateur fighter in America. It's kind of crazy how it works sometimes.
Shit.
Yeah.
So when was that fight?
That was in December.
And
December.
You won.
2018. I think it was December 14th. I think.
Oh, okay.
And you won. What belts did you win that?
I won the ABF Continental Americas, which is a ranking belt inside of BoxRec. So BoxRec is like where you go to see who's the highest ranked or who's a champion, and see other fighters' records. So I won that belt, and that was like the BoxRec. The person who runs BoxRec, the president, owns that sanctioning body. So it jumped my ranking up to like number 30 in America, and like 100 and something in the world. So, or something like that, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it ranked me really high, and then I also won the ABO title, which, to be honest with you, is just like a fucking trophy.
Yeah.
Doesn't really mean much to me. So
That's
that's
BoxRec.
Yeah, so that'll tell you who I'm fighting next, who I fought before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how many knockouts I have, all that type of stuff.
Rankings and shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
That doesn't look like you.
He was young there.
Yeah, I was young there, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
So did you have a fight between December and now, or?
Yeah, I had a fight in April, 420 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, on 420.
Because I was like, I thought you
At
went
the
to
Shrine.
At the Shrine Auditorium, yeah. And I fought some guy who was from Mexico.
Yeah.
They said on BoxRec it was like I think he had a record of like 5-2.
Yeah.
But whenever they announced his name and he stepped on the scale, he something like or 11-3 or something like that. So he had a lot more fights, but just in Mexico, you know what I mean? Away from where it would be sanctioned.
Sanctioning bodies.
Yeah, so he was tough, man. Came with it. I just knew he had a couple rounds in him. So I just stepped back, caught him, knocked him out.
What round did you knock him out in?
Third round? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, third.
What, you were there?
Yeah, you don't
Jameson
remember,
was there.
You gotta remember,
Okay.
dude. Jameson was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta ask him. He
You're
was
not
there.
going to be drunk at this one then.
In Austin, no, man, because I got that comp coming up still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't drank since 4 July.
Really?
4th July?
Nice. And how's your strain on the whoop? Your recovery?
I heard you got one.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard y'all got like the couples discount.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
got the couple discount.
Or like gives her like a month free.
The husband wife discount.
What is that?
Fitness tracker. I'll talk to you about
okay.
it. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool.
badass. I think we're gonna do an episode about it.
Yeah.
correct.
We should do also, yeah.
Nice.
Wait, why don't you have it on, Hans?
Hasn't came in
Hasn't
yet.
came in yet.
It's got to go to Colorado, and then it's just
Oh.
got to send
No,
it to.
it's shipping here because
You got one too?
Yeah, I got one. I got the old, they got the newer version.
Okay.
The
It's
3.0.
pretty cool. I'll tell you more about it. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Gives you like all this recovery information, the strain you're putting on your body.
It looks cooler than the one that the soccer players are wearing.
the fucking
the sports
bra.
bra.
Yeah.
What? A bra?
Yeah, it's like they wear a pretty much a heart rate monitor fitness tracker. So
Inside a
it-
sports bra, though.
and
That's a sports bra, man.
GPS. So it is. It's a sports bra. It looks like it, but it's a GPS, and it gives like the announcers and everybody feedback on their stats, like how far they're running, what their average speed is, where they're at on the
Oh,
field,
shit.
and stuff like that. But instead of having soccer, you can't wear it like on your ankle or something
Yeah.
like that. It's across the chest, and it's in a sports bra.
Do you wear
shit.
anything like that during your trainings just to kind of monitor
So
your output?
we had before. We normally use the one that comes across the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heart rate monitor. But not really, man. I think I've been with my team. My dad's been with me since day one. JR Artemis has been with me since day one. Chris came around pretty much at the start of all the hype.
Shout out,
Yeah, he came.
Artemis Martinez.
Yeah, and Christian Umania, and he's been with me since all this started. Really, all the major events have started, and they know me very well. They know when I'm slacking and when I need to push it. So they're kind of my fitness tracker, just in a sense. And and it's really good just to Yeah, see, looks like a sports bro, man.
What?
And
Let me see that.
that's our favorite player too.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Fucking Zlatan.
What the? Why does he do his hair like that too?
Hey, bro, you better watch.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
at least he has hair. You
I'm
fucking got a hat
I'm
on
not-
right now.
But if I had hair, I would not choose to do it like that.
Zlatan, he's the fucking
That
man.
is a sports bro.
I know.
Is this what you want to be like? Is that the goal?
Zlatan. If I can play soccer like him,
What
man.
makes it worse is the shorts, right? The
Yeah,
shorts are
look,
good.
see, look, there's Messi wearing one too.
He's got it over his shirt though.
But
you
no,
know?
there you go. Look.
Oh yeah, look.
Oh my, it's the new men's crop
Oh, you got
top.
a Nike too, man.
Nike,
What's
bro.
crazy? What's
Fucking
crazy? It looks
Nike.
like one of the CrossFit
Sports
girls.
world, yeah. Look, fucking put Cristiano Ronaldo like that.
That's fucked up.
I gotta
man.
insert this
yeah.
into there where we can check it out. What we're talking about.
That's nuts.
Yeah, man.
What is your camp involved? Like the team? How many make up that team that you have?
So it'd be of course my dad's always been there. So my dad's my cut man, but he's also just
Okay.
kind of the eyes that he just knows me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm his fucking son, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So he just knows me, and he's been my coach in all of my fucking sports. I mean, all of them, he's been my coach.
Yeah.
Besides when I got to school, obviously, he couldn't be the coach
Yeah.
because he didn't have a degree or anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, he's always been the coach, and he's always been there by my side,
Yeah.
whether he was on the sideline or if he was actually coaching me.
Yeah.
So he just knows me.
We used to go through some shit during Little League games when he was coaching. Yeah, because this guy would fuck up, and then there's the whole car ride.
Yeah,
That's how I
man.
sound, bro.
It's all starting to pay off, though, man. He's starting to see why all those gray hairs are starting to pay off. So
Yeah.
Was there
Um,
any resistance to him while you were doing boxing, even though he didn't want you to do it?
I think so, man. I mean, because they didn't want me to do it, but
Mhm.
at the same time, like
He's gonna
he
support
understood. Things happened between me and my dad prior to that he understood that I had become my own man,
Yeah.
and he knew that was just my decision to make.
Yeah.
And he says, well, if you're going to make that decision, I'm going to be here by your side.
Oh, that's
that way I
cool.
know nobody fucks you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool then.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
we're just an understanding, you know?
Almost made a Hans uncle joke right there.
Why?
So that way nobody fucks you. Remember Hans was talking about his uncle last time.
Hey, your uncle's fucking you?
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
No, you made, because you were talking about something about your uncle touching or. Well,
No, it was your uncle showing when we're talking about that gym. Like,
Oh
what you see
yeah,
at the- in the
this all
locker
standing
rooms and
around
stuff.
next to you, fucking butt ass naked, and you're like, "Deal, no."
Fuck, I don't remember making that joke. I was probably
Yeah.
hungover. I don't know.
No,
No,
you did.
dude. You were like,
Yeah, like he
uh,
walked out and you're like, oh,
Oh.
Theo, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, and fucking Bally's. Yeah, because he just walk around just with his
At
Cheeto.
Bally's, bro. I haven't heard of Bally's in
right?
a long time.
It's been a while, Valleys, yeah.
We been in the locker room changing. He just walk out there, not with his towel on his fucking shoulder. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
dude,
he was
come
like,
on.
no. And then the way he said it in the podcast, he's like, "No, Theo."
No, Theo, no.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Shout out to Theo.
He's like, "You motherfucker."
You're right, man.
Oh, that's cool that he can like still like back your decision, and even though if it's something that he didn't want you to do, he can still be there. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I mean now he's just kind of like, well, go. Now he understands that I'm able to, especially with this camp. Like this camp, I spar with James Kirkland. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that guy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
he
they
fought
don't know who
Canelo,
that is,
and
yeah.
I heard another name.
yeah. Okay, so he fought Canelo. He gave him hell for like 4 rounds till he got stopped.
Yeah.
But even then, like Canelo came to him and told him like after the fight and told his team, because his team has told me this other than James Kirkland telling me this, but they're just like, if we wouldn't have gotten him out of there, we didn't know how we are gonna finish the fight.
Yeah.
So this guy is just a fucking animal.
Yeah.
And sparring with guys like this and like I've literally traveled to Mexico by myself and got paid to go spar with a fucking monster out there.
Yeah.
I've been to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philly.
I've been to New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, sparring with Chinese Olympians, all sorts of just major guys. And my dad, he knows that I'm able to take care of myself inside the ring.
Yeah.
And especially after this camp, sparring with James Kirkland, all those times we did, man, it wasn't even sparring, man. We were in fights, like
Yeah.
dog fights to the point where he's bloody.
Yeah.
I'm over here fucking winded and gassed from
Yeah.
this dude fucking putting it on me, and we're both laughing at
Yeah.
the last round, you know what I mean, with each other, because we just know we're beating the fuck out of each
Yeah.
other. So this camp has really just shown, I think, my team as well that, we belong at the highest level in this game.
Yeah.
Because this guy has been there. and he's, I mean, with sparring partners, they tell me all the time, like, this dude fucking knocks all his sparring partners out, and nobody wants to spar him or fight him.
Yeah.
And yet I'm in there fucking giving him 8 rounds of hell, and we're just kind of laughing with each other and fucking, you know. So all respect to James, man, because he's really upped my game a lot more. And like I say, it was just a confidence builder for me, just to know that I can really, I've always known, and I think my people around me have always known, and people have always told me, like, you're going to be a world champion someday.
Yeah.
Like, you just need to stay with this. But I just never really truly believed it in myself. Like, I said I did.
Yeah.
And I always knew I was good enough. But now it's just like, dude, like,
It's just
fuck that,
confirming
bro.
it.
Yeah, because I remember after the last sparring with James Kirkland, he was like, nah, man. He's like, you're fucking, you got it, dog. And I was just like, nah, I'm just trying to be like you. And he's like, nah, dog, you need to stop saying that. And he looked at me in my eyes, and this is a scary motherfucker. Like, he's from the streets. Like, one of them type of cats. Yeah, one of them type of cats. So he was like, nah, you got it, man. And I was just like, that's all I need to hear.
It's giving me chills right now. Just
nah, man, he's a real scary dude, but he's cool as shit, man. So, now we're it's like my boy.
So Hans is our stats guy, but he challenged Daniel to basketball. Right. So we're gonna see if we can get Hans to challenge you to a sparring match.
no way.
Oh, nice.
Fuck no. Nope. Look at his reach. His reach is like way. No. Fuck no.
He challenged Daniel Fatboy to a basketball match. Yeah. And I was like, let's see.
How did that go?
We got to set it up. He's about to
set it up before he leaves.
Yeah, he's about to move to Colorado.
Yeah.
So.
But I'd be down to play basketball, but not fucking boxing. I don't belong in a boxing ring, right? Hey, my dad did it growing up, but you know,
I'm pretty good at pool though, man. You play pool?
No,
Shoot
I don't play pool.
No.
I think should have a running segment just versus
Hans. We're gonna do
a 40-yard dash
on one leg.
We could have had a whole Hans versus segment, bro.
We can.
We could have.
Okay, so we went this morning, right? And we were walking down, and they were playing flag football. And he's like, man, I would kill it.
He was like, I'll be scoring touchdowns all over these guys.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I would.
I was like, you've done everything or what?
Just throw it. I would always tell the guys that I would play quarterback
throw
with.
it up.
I was like, just throw it up there. I'll get it. And that was it.
You're not Megatron, bro.
So that's why I brought it up over there, because we were walking and we saw those guys. He's like, I'll be fucking tearing it up. I was like, well, next you're gonna box fucking Jeremy or what? Or Eddie? I was like, you're gonna challenge him to a sparring match?
Yeah, he's like, why you want to spar him? I'm like, nope.
Well, last night he was like, hey, what's his name? And I was like, you'll see him tomorrow. And he was like, well, no, my buddy's a fighter too, or blah blah blah. He wants to know his name. I was his name's Eddie. I was like, he was like, well, what's something about his record? Did you ask that or no?
No. I just was asking.
I was like, why, you want to spar him or what? You gonna challenge him too?
No. We were working on Joe's gym yesterday, and there's one of the trainers there. He's fights MMA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, is he a boxer? Or is he a MMA fighter? I was like, no, he's a boxer. So.
Oh, okay.
Han said he's MMA. I was like, so he's mixed martial arts? And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Where did you have to go to spar him?
Spar who?
Damn it, we were just talking about it.
James Kirkland?
Yeah,
James
Kirkland.
Oh no, he's signed with Davies Entertainment as well.
But
So
did you have to travel somewhere to do it? I know you
No.
said-
So he actually moved to San Antonio.
Oh,
So
shit.
he trains. His training camp is in San Antonio. So
Oh,
they
wow.
got him an apartment and everything here, and he trains here with us. And there's 4 of us, and out of the 4 of us, man, we're all like, the 3 of us are from San Antonio and he's from Austin, but we're really kind of the more professional pros when it comes to this game. Like, you see a lot. I'm not down talking any professional fighter in San Antonio or anything, but you see a lot of guys around here, and you could tell. It's just like any other sport, right? Like, you just know. You can kind of weigh it out, right?
Yeah.
So I would say with me, Daniel Baez, and Ben Whitaker, and then James Kirkland. James Kirkland has fought Canelo, like I said, and I keep bringing up Canelo, but that's probably the greatest fighter of our generation.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like the Oscar De La Hoya of the past generation and things like that. And so you got him, and then you got Daniel Baez, who's 10-1, who's beat Olympians, guys who shouldn't have beat, you know what I mean, that kind of deal. You got me, who's 8-0, who's fought in 2 weeks' notice and beaten guys, and you got Ben Whitaker, who's fought for Roy Jones Jr. on TV, things like that. So, we got a real solid team. But yeah, we spar here. We got a gym over by the airport off of Wetmore when it turns into Boulevardy. Yeah, it's right over there. Yeah, right back there, right behind the airport, man. Basically. So,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's way out there, man. Yeah, by the airport. So, that's where I was sparring James. But I think me and James have agreed to like not necessarily agree, but we just understand that we're beating the shit out of each other to the point where we're taking parts of each other
Yeah.
and leaving it inside of the ring. So we're just like, dude, we should probably stop sparring.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
got
Like, I think we've proved what we
like-
needed to prove
Yeah.
with each other and within this kind of realm.
Yeah.
That we know that
Yeah, and you're
we're
starting
both we're both willing just to fucking duke it out and
Yeah.
leave our fucking brains on the
Yeah.
fucking mat. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Other than that, like,
So this next fight you have is in 2 weeks, right? You said.
yeah.
So if everything goes your way and what would be next? You think,
So,
or is
after
it
the-
something that you have to like still?
No. So that's something that I'm very grateful for with Cameron and the Davies Entertainment side of it, because they were able to just kind of give me scheduled dates. So we have
Yeah.
this date out in Austin at the Frank Irwin Center, which I'll be headlining that one. Everything goes right for all of us. Even then, we still have a date at the Alamo Dome in October. So we already
Okay.
have that spot filled in October at the Alamo
Yeah.
Dome.
Oh, he needs something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have that already filled in the Alamo Dome. So everything goes right. We'll see if I'll be headlining that one too. If
Yeah.
not, if one of the other guys is headlining, as long as it's from the Davies Entertainment
Yeah.
team, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I want
Yeah.
all of us to be able to be,
Succeed.
yeah,
Yeah.
and not only that, just be able to all be headlined a certain way. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I got
Because these guys, I mean, we've been putting it in together as a team for 10 weeks. But I've known Daniel for a long time, and I've always wanted the best for Daniel. I've known Ben for a while.
Yeah.
And I know what he's capable of, so I want him to shine. And then it's James Kirkland. Like, if you know boxing, you know who James Kirkland
Yeah.
is, and you want to see his comeback be something special, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
man.
would you know who you're fighting already, or after this fight, or
After this fight, no. So what we're gonna do, I think, after this fight, we have a meeting the following Friday,
Okay.
and we're gonna the whole team, the whole Davies Entertainment is gonna sit down, and we're gonna kind of talk that over. And
Only if you win, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win,
Why are you
bro.
putting out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna win,
You gotta
bro.
put it
There's
out
no
there, dude.
if. There's no if. There's never an if. I always win.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important to go in with that mindset. And I know you said that gentleman from Philadelphia was a big help, and he was like a psychiatrist almost.
He was a psychologist. Like, that's what
Oh,
his
okay.
profession was. Yeah.
How big do you think your mental game, along with your physical attributes, needs to be when you enter in the ring and training for something like
Oh
that?
yeah, I think it's more. It's just like another cliche, man. But it's more mental than it is physical,
Mhm.
especially inside this sport. I would also say that it's even more emotional than it is physical when it
Yeah.
comes to sport. So, really, man, if you just gotta have a mind of iron, like, you just gotta go in there and just be like, well, fuck. If anything ever happens, like, things have happened in this camp, to where I'm just like, well, fuck it. You know, it's like Conor McGregor says, you improvise, you adapt, and you overcome, right? So you just gotta kind
It's
of
a Marine
build.
Corps slogan, not Conor
Okay.
McGregor.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I heard. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Shout out to the Marines. But I heard it on Conor McGregor's, documentary on the Netflix, and just the mentality like that, like the Conor McGregor mentality before he was actually, this
Yeah.
guy who he is now.
Yeah.
But before that, man, like, that mindset, that's bulletproof, man. You weren't
Yeah.
gonna break that, and I think that's why he beat so many fighters that he probably shouldn't have beat. I don't think he should have beat Aldo. I think
Oh,
he
no.
made Aldo beat himself with just by the way he was just fucking with his
Yeah.
head. You know what I mean? So things like that, man. But
That was a crazy ass knockout.
yeah, man, yeah.
Quick.
So, but I mean, it's easy, man. It's easy to get in the mindset for me because I look back and I look at all the things that I've been through. I mean, fighting for free twice, having to travel to go make some money somehow, and living broke, losing my family. I lost my, his mother and I didn't agree
Yeah.
on a lot of things, and one of the biggest things was my career choice
Yeah.
and the fact that I wasn't making money at the time and things like that, and being able to give that up and have to deal with those types of hardships. Like, I just look back at that and I'm just like, dude, I'm not really fighting anybody in there. You know what I mean? I'm fighting more just what life has thrown at me. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
easy for me, man.
As Kimbo Slice said, my enemy is my enemy.
It's true though, man. It's true. If you could beat yourself, man, ain't nobody could beat you, man. If you could beat yourself.
Yep.
Is Kimball still alive?
Yeah, he
No,
died,
he
man. He
died
had
a while
heart
back.
failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Rest
I was
his
just,
soul,
yeah.
man.
I didn't know.
Do his street fights on YouTube? Or?
Oh yeah, they're legendary, bro.
Well, we still got one of them, man. I mean, Game Bread is
Jorge
he's from,
Masvidal. Yeah,
he's from the
fight.
Yeah, he used to do those fights with.
He used to
with
fight
him.
with Kimbo too, and he's the one that knocked out Askren like 2-3 weeks ago when I showed you.
Super necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me that. I was like, shit.
Yep. So you know your opponent this time, or did y'all go through that already?
I do know my opponent this time.
Yeah. Look, see what I mean?
Oh,
fucking zombies, bro. Nethead zombies. I'm telling you, dude, it gets really wacky over here.
that one was crazy, man.
Dude, that guy just walks around like a zombie all day.
Yeah.
What was the one that when you were running?
Which one?
You were running on the hill and you were coming.
Oh
behind
yeah, fucking bum almost tried to fight me last time. Yeah, I was running down the hill, and like I'm from like here to probably that chair right there, and I have my headphones on, and I yell behind because he didn't hear me coming, and I didn't want to fucking freak him out. I'm behind, and he's like turns around, he's like, I was like, stop, and I took out my headphones. And he was like, hey, man, you can't be sneaking up on people like that. And I was like, fucking yelled behind, so I wasn't sneaking up on you. I'm sorry. You just fucking freaked me out. I almost had to fucking drop a bum, dude.
Now buy me beer.
Yeah,
you ain't dropping that bum, though, dude. That dude was on a mission, dude. He was dragging that left leg behind him.
He walks just around the whole building, just like fucking all tweaked the whole time, looking for shit on the floor, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what's going on.
Nah, bro, that's what we're talking about right there. More mental than physical, bro. He just got it in his head. He knows what he's doing.
He's
all right, hell yeah. Steph's walking back right now.
Where'd she go?
To go get some snacks for J-Mo.
One more?
So do you do a lot of research on your opponent? Or not too much, or is just more working on your stuff?
So I normally don't. Thankfully, I got trainers that do. That do that stuff, so we kind of work out a game plan, and we work out a game plan. I allow them to kind of do the game planning, and then like this week that's coming up, I'll do more. Like last week, I started watching film on him just to kind of see, because my thing is that I always look at the next day rather than the end picture. So camp is the hardest thing, man. Like the fight is the easiest part.
Look, you see it?
The camp is always hard. So I always look like, fuck, I got to spar James Kirkland tomorrow, like fuck, you know what I mean? So I got to get ready for that mentally. So having to do that, I'm not worried. And then, you know, us going through our battles, and then James Kirkland beating my ass one day, and then I'm coming back and getting him the next day, and then him beating my ass again. It starts to like, well, fuck, maybe I'm not ready for this fight. So then we waited out, and then like last week when I saw his film, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking destroy this guy. Like, and it's like, cause he's my boy, man. Like this guy, like. Through boxing, we've known each other, all these years. But I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Yeah,
and
he's coming for you.
It's all business.
Yeah, it is. It is all business. But I mean, just knowing the kind of work that I put in this camp, and knowing that where I sit at now, especially after the talks I've had with Kirkland and just my team. I'm gonna destroy this guy, man. So,
what kind of recovery do you get? Like, do you get like 8 hours, 10 hours sleep, or you're like Jamie that doesn't get no sleep?
I try to get 8, man. But to be honest with you, maybe 7, 6 or 7, maybe. But I do nap. Yeah. Quite frequently, man. To where I'm napping pretty heavy too.
Yeah. Nap is life.
Yeah, like 1 to 3 hours of naps. You know what I mean?
Oh, then that helps.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm so big.
In between sessions, right? Like, so you have your morning session, your afternoon, you take a good nap. That's good.
Naps all the time. I'm surprised he was on time today, because normally I'm like, I figured he'd get here like at 2:45 when we said 2. So.
That's what I was saying when you were like, my cousin, it's notoriously late. I was like, oh, okay, so it's his cousin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Notoriously late. Which ones you want?
Ooh, you got some snacks.
So that, and I take the recovery very serious, man. So I make sure I stretch before I go to bed. I make sure I do my dynamic warmed ups, things like that. Because I've had injuries, and recently I had an injury. Yeah. And like I said, I used to just be able just to go train fucking super hard at 100 miles per hour and then not stretch, do nothing, just go home and fucking sit on my ass and play Xbox. You know what I mean? So that injury happened. It was just like, well, fuck, now I got to start figuring this thing out. So now I make sure I get my my sports massage. I make sure I roll out. I make sure I do my stretching, my ice baths, sauna sessions, fucking anything you can think of that comes as far as recovery.
Do you do any of that cryo? Or
I do the cryo, but to me, I prefer the ice bath.
See Antonio Brown stuff?
Oh yeah, with his feet,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's just crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
What
crazy,
happened?
man.
He went in there without the damn socks.
Oh
and
my
the
God.
mitts. Because some guy supposedly from his camp said that it gets into your body way better when you don't have it on.
Stupid.
And then he got,
You got
frostbite.
Stupid.
And then he's like, I only want my old helmet now.
Yeah. Then
Oh my
yeah.
goodness,
that shit.
guy's
That crowd must have
crazy.
fucked him up.
Yeah,
Man. Now he needs a
crazy.
helmet or something. Crazy, man.
Have you done that float tank?
I've never done the float tank, man.
I've
And
been wanting to, man.
Too many
I've been
people
wanting
jerk
to
off
too.
in there, bro. Brendan Schaub, he's like, I'll never do it again. He's like, I had nothing else to do, so I jerked off in there.
What?
Yeah.
did he really?
Yeah.
Well, he probably just doesn't know how to chill the fuck out. That's why, dude. He doesn't know how to stop his head.
Yeah.
So that's why Joe Rogan was like, I'm never gonna let you in my float tank if you're gonna
Like,
jerk
I
off.
gotta
in
see
it."
them drain it and then refill it back up, and then I'll go.
Nah, I think my favorite thing though when it comes to that type of stuff is ice baths, man. I love ice baths. I don't know why.
He texts me all the time, hey man, can I go ice bath over there at the gym? I'm like, yeah, come on. And then fucking never shows up, never texts me back. I'm like, fucking guy. He did it on Friday. He's like, I'm gonna go ice bath Friday. I was like, all right, cool.
Friday.
And then he's like,
I do need one though, man. My body's fucking hurting right now.
well, there's a fucking ice machine right
Yeah,
there.
I know. I'm all right though.
Naps
Nah,
naps
I
more
would-
important.
I really would, but we got to go somewhere after this.
Gotta go get ice cream.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sure, ice cream sounds good right now.
How old is your son?
He's 2.5, man. 2.5. He'll be 3 in December. So he's but he's such a
Yeah,
pretty little boy, dude. I know everywhere I take him, they're just like, oh, you have such a pretty daughter, and I'm just like, oh yeah. I've gotten used to it already to the point where I'm just like, oh fuck it. When he gets old enough to the age where he's just like, why do they keep calling me a girl? That's when I'll be like, all right, what do you want to do, dude? You want to cut your hair? I don't.
Right?
I think it's
Yeah,
mostly
you
the
got
hair.
It's the hair, but it's also his soft attitude, man. He's very timid.
Yeah.
Very soft, man. He doesn't like any kind of confrontation or anything.
He was fighting me earlier. You know, fight, dude.
He's like, I'll mess you up, fool.
man.
So this fight coming up, right? It's what day is it?
Saturday, August 24th.
This Saturday?
No, August 24th.
August 24th.
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks.
August
2 weeks from
24th.
this
Where at?
weekend. Frank Irwin Center in Austin, Texas.
That's where the Longhorns play ball, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
and they have all the
Basketball.
big concerts there and stuff.
You going?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going?
Yeah.
Should be.
That's not a
No, it should be.
I don't know what that means.
He's like, yeah,
Shit changes at last minute. I never know what's gonna happen, but yeah, it should be there. I was there at the last Austin one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was there halfway there. he was halfway there. He made it halfway through.
Our friend didn't make it. No, I made it through all night. Our friend had to crawl out.
So what's the craziest story you have of him that you can tell on the podcast?
Crazy story of him?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I have way too many. There's not just one that I
Yeah.
can tell you. You know
Anyone
what I mean?
that stands out?
Our friend, but speaking, but
There's plenty of them that stand out, man, but it's probably not good for the air. So I'll leave them off. But there's plenty of them, man. I mean, so I have this. Okay, so this is a good one. I have this friend.
He's sweating bullets right now.
He's my best friend, man.
I could care less.
He's my best friend, and he's now he's one of Jaime's best friends. But
Really good friend, yeah.
his name's Jose Anderson. Shout out Jose. I've known him pretty much my whole life, man. We've always been close. We always bump heads though. So I remember he was renting out my mom's house at the time. And at the time I was in boxing, but I was just kind of fucking around still. So I was out smoking weed all the time with him and stuff. So me and Jose would always like bump heads and do shit to each other. Like kind of like pranks, but just fuck around. So I would always leave trash in his car whenever I'd get out. Like I would just throw a bunch of fucking trash in his car. Like I'd be back there eating zebra cakes and I'll just tuck it away somewhere, or like beef jerky, like a stinky wrapper, and I'll tuck it away somewhere. So he decided one day we were arguing when he dropped me off. He decided to kind of throw all this like not even the shit that I left behind, just all his shit into the yard. And I remember like he drove away and this dude came into my room all pissed off and he's like, what the fuck, man? Like who the fuck was that? They just threw all this trash in the fucking yard. Like who dropped you off? And I was just like, oh man. I was like, that was Jose. And he knew who Jose was because he would come over. He's like, well, next time he's over here, I'm gonna fuck him up, dude. And I was just like, oh man. So
It's a prank.
Yeah, so my friend Steven, our other friend Steven, who was staying with me at the time, he just looked at me. He's like, dang, dude, you should probably handle this before your brother does. Because at the time, this dude was, like I say, he had no direction. So he was pretty fucking crazy in the head, dude. So I think he really would have fucked Jose up pretty bad. So I was just like, well, fuck, I got to go handle this. So I went over to our friend Paulino's house. Jose was over there. He came up to shake my hand, and I fucking gut checked the fuck out of him, dude. Made him fold over, and he was just started crying. He's like, "Why the fuck you do that, bro?" and I started crying because I didn't want to do it, dude. Like I started crying. I was like, "Because you fucking left all that trash in the yard, blah blah."
You put me in this position.
Yeah, come later on, dude. Like years down the road, now they're like fucking best friends, dude. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Jose went to EDC with us and shit too.
Oh,
yeah.
no shit.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, I'm gonna hit him before you do.
Because I'll just hit him once. You're gonna go over there and go ham on him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, at that like I said,
pissed,
there's
dude. I
other
was like,
stories
hey.
I could tell you that are super funny, and it was there's a lot of them that were during that time.
Yeah.
That I can't say on there, but
That's fine.
that's definitely one of them, man. But I mean, even just growing up, man. I mean, this dude's fucking hilarious, bro. Like, he used to blame me for clogging the toilet at the house.
I fucking did that, dude. I fucking blew that big. I just before you got here, I was blowing this one up.
Yeah.
He used to fucking blame me though, dude.
Yeah.
I remember this one time my dad was like, or the water came out, like, because I flushed it and the water
shit.
came out all over the floor.
Bro, was it?
My dad was like, "What the fuck did you do?" My dad, he gets like super angry, where he's white complected, but he's super Mexican,
Yeah.
but he gets real red in the face. He's like, "What the fuck you do, Mio? What the fuck is this?" And blah blah. And I'm just like, I didn't do it, Dad. I'm young, man. I'm probably like 10 years old.
Hey,
dude.
bro, when I flushed it, it went down. This guy came back and flushed it, and it came up.
No, man. So I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just took a pee. And he's like, "Well, who was in here before you?" And I was like, "Hyman." He's like, "Hyman, what the fuck did you do?" And he's like, "I don't know. I just took a shit and I flushed it." And he's like, "You motherfucker, you flooded the toilet and blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, man." So,
See, it go down, and this guy would come in and fucking throw toys in there or something. I don't
nah,
know.
bro. Get out of here,
Toys.
man. Get out of here, man.
He just,
out of here,
oh
bro.
shit. He just called you Jaime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And why can't I call you Jaime? You get all butthurt.
because my name's Jamie.
It's Jaime.
It's not.
That was Jaime. He has
got-
direction
he
now.
has
My
direction
name
now.
is
I call him
Jamie.
Hyman to this day, man. It's
Nah, he's
Hyman.
Jamie.
It'll always be Hyman.
Jaime died.
Jamie.
Now you're,
Jamie.
It is spelled Jamie, though. I will give him that. It's spelled Jamie, but his mom's always called him Hyman. We've always just called him Hyman throughout our whole life. So
Jaime.
Jamie, bro.
And it's Mexicles.
Texan.
Huh?
Texan.
Still Mexican.
Nope.
he's very
They
Mexican.
go nopal right here, bro. Yeah, a nopal.
You tell him how you got sent to Mexico as a kid? left over there?
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
No, you went sent to Mexico.
Yeah, my mom was a.
I feel like we don't know anything about him.
I know that's what
All
I'm saying.
these
I'm here
stories.
now. You can ask questions.
Yeah, I used to. In the summers, they used to just drop me off in Mexico.
They did
They
the
just
same.
drop you off.
Yeah.
They did the same thing to my cousin, and then he's about like his age. They
Yep.
were just like because his dad, him and his dad, Theo, would get like just start fighting, and then like his mom would be like, "Look, your dad's gonna kill you. I'm gonna send you to Mexico for the summer." Like
No,
that's just
His story's not that way.
My mom was an addict, so they'd just leave me.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh shit. With who?
My mom's husband at the time, and she had like 6 husbands.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
God damn.
Nah, his mom was
Ice
really into
before
like those
ice.
chuntaro like Mexicans. Like she'll get them their paper type Mexicans.
Oh,
you know what I
shit.
mean? Like
So with whoever her husband was at the time, I'd just get dropped off in Mexico with their family.
shout out
for
to
the
Tia
summer.
Debbie, I love you.
Yeah,
You're
she's
not
been-
the same woman anymore.
She's been clean for
Yeah.
over 10 years now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
No
yeah,
more living in Mexico.
yeah,
Fuck,
his family is fucking wild, man. His family's fucking wild.
they were at least.
I mean, Lewis is still wild, bro.
Kind of calm down now.
Well, yeah.
That's
But
good.
To a certain degree.
but I mean, when it's like I say, man, like this is my big bro. He's the one that really. When my older brother left, it was just me and him, and so he didn't have any. Like I say, like he didn't have any, guidance from an older brother at the time. 'Cause
Only bad guidance.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you had some guidance and bad.
To the respect of our older brother Javi, he was really kind of the kid, a straight A kid, nerd in school, and just knew what to do and what not to do. He's always been that father figure, man. He's a father now, and he fits perfect, man. He just fits perfect in that. But once he left, it was just me and him, man. So he used to beat the shit out of me in the summer and like fucking stuff me in the couch and
I don't
shit.
remember none of that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Stuff
he
in
did.
the couch or
Yeah, he
shit.
did.
We
We
used
had
to-
one of those futon fold-out
Oh,
couches,
I
and he used to
got you.
stuff me in there, dude. Beat the fuck out of me.
I don't remember none of that.
But then the good part was that I used to just cry to my mom because he would like go skating with his friends late at night. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Mom, I'm gonna go too," and she'd make him fucking take me.
That didn't bother me. Yeah, we stay out there for long times.
The Friday night,
We
that's
gotta
what you
get
be
you a
doing.
fucking skate over here.
It's
Show
been
some
forever.
Did you go skate at Solo Surf? What's Lake
No,
Small?
we used to go to Hobby Lobby, Callahan
Yeah.
over here, the car wash.
We broke window at Hobby Lobby one time.
Did you go to Callahan and Culebra?
Yeah, right there where the Sun Harvest is.
The
What was it
foundation.
called? Yeah, the foundation. They
Yeah.
call it the foundation.
Yep,
Yeah.
right there. And then,
The
there used to
ditch-
be
the
that
ditch off
burger bar.
Marbach?
Yeah, the Hollows they used to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I skated everywhere around.
Yeah, man.
Me and Daniel's younger brother Andy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need to set up this Daniel thing pretty quick.
This ball. Yeah.
Like,
Hans ain't gonna be able to fucking move with the hamstring.
like
I just
third-
sit. I
like
just
next
sit back
Saturday.
and boop.
Oh.
Oh, bro, you hear that, Daniel? You hear that shit?
You only need one
Jeez.
foot. You just come
So
up.
quick question though, do y'all have any like other athletes that come over here and cross train with you guys like in their off seasons or
As
anything?
far as
Like it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like
any
just-
other sport,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Got some MMA guys, I think, that came, right?
yeah, there's some guys that from the gym next door come over here. As far as like collegiate athletes or anything like that, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I know that does happen, but not necessarily at this.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
gym.
Okay. Yeah. I was just wondering because I just didn't know how that worked. I just know with it growing so big, I obviously did my research, and him being in it, I wanted to do my research just so
Yeah.
I knew what it was about. That way,
Yeah.
whenever a conversation ever came up or
Yeah.
something like this, I just kind of
Yeah.
knew somewhat what it was. But
Yeah.
I know like I'm super big into like following physical therapists for some reason.
Yeah.
I just like knowing
Yeah.
what to do when shit
He's
happens.
trying to get at CrossFit. Is always injured.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
What I was actually getting to is that a lot of physical therapists actually do pretty much CrossFitting anyways. Like they do all the movements you guys do.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
just do it with more structure and
we have
obviously
we have
better
a-
form and shit.
A couple doctors and physical therapists like Randy, who said he would do the podcast. We just got to get him on, but he's a physical therapist as well, and he's always in here.
Have y'all checked out that Supple Leopard book?
Thank you.
This guy's been talking.
Thank you.
This
I
guy's
haven't.
Oh,
but
look at that. His pants
wanna
are
buy it,
rising
though,
right now.
Because from what I hear, it's actually pretty.
Dude, it's badass.
no, just
Yeah,
tell Rob to pronounce it.
No,
Though.
I can't pronounce it. Though. I was trying to tell him, they're like,
He was like,
What?
what the super leper? What are you talking about?
so I was like, dude, that's a good book. Like, just
Is it?
you can pinpoint like anything's hurting. You can pinpoint what you can do to stretch that
Yeah.
out. So it's a pretty good book.
What's the book called?
Sober leopard.
Super leper.
Sopa leopard.
Sober leopard. I don't know how to say it.
What
but
is
yeah,
it?
Supple.
Supple.
Supple. I don't know how to say it. I don't have
That's
no
why-
idea how to pronounce
That's
it.
why when he was asking me, you ever
They
read
were
that
like,
Sopa leopard book? I'm like,
Sopa leopard.
what, dude?
He pronounced it way better than what I did.
The supple leopard.
But it's a good book.
Yeah,
It's a
so
really
It
good
is a
book.
good
he
book.
had just
yeah.
mentioned it like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, bro, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. He's looking at me like I'm stupid. Like,
Anytime I get like an impingement or anything like that too, I also look up Smashworks on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's a big CrossFitter, but
Yeah.
he's a physical therapist, and
there's
he kind of
a lot of like mobility and stuff like that was necessary for so long, but got overlooked. But
Yeah.
now that CrossFit is in the community, or like CrossFit is so big, there's a lot more stuff out there, like Kelly Starrett videos, the Dr. David song, fucking Sopa Leopard,
Yeah.
that Smashworks dude too, man.
Smashworks,
That dude's all over the
Stratton
place, man.
Spine. What's the other one that you do too? They worked on you for a while.
A Rosti?
No,
Yeah.
Pinnacle Wellness.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, Pinnacle Wellness.
Same things, shit like that, like a Rosti. It's
Yeah.
almost the same
They're
shit.
chiropractors though.
Chiropractors.
Yeah, they're chiropractors, but that dude does do CrossFit. So every time like I have any kind of just knots or anything, he'll work it out and have me do stretches and shit.
I
so.
like chiropractors and stuff that kind of do either CrossFit or some type of training like that, because I've gone to chiropractors and they're like, oh, you know, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I was squatting. Like, well, how much are you squatting? And I tell them how much. They're like, oh, you're not supposed to put that much on your spine. I'm like,
That's why,
it doesn't make
that's
no
why,
sense, dude.
That's
I'm
why,
like,
that's
wait
why
a
Hans
minute.
doesn't squat that much, because he listens.
My squat's not that great. It's
It's
like
like-
400. It's not that.
that's
That's
decent.
pretty good.
I feel like
Yeah,
it should be
it's-
like 5.
It's a shit ton more than me.
Your
man.
squat?
Yeah. Like Justin over here fucking squatting.
Yeah.
You can't
You can't
Yeah.
compare
You
yourself
can't
to
compare
Justin.
yourself
No, I
to
know. Was
you
Justin.
squat?
That's
But I
done.
feel like
Five something,
I
like
should
butter.
it should be better. Like, so what is your squat? Is your deadlift supposed to be?
Supposed to be heavier.
Okay, yeah, because my deadlift is 455.
I'm way off. My fucking squat's like 425, and I couldn't even get up 375 the other day on a deadlift.
Really?
Yeah.
You can squat 400. I never seen you squat 400.
Fucking liar.
I can't
I
do
mean,
it. I can't.
my ultimate best when I was fucking 225 was 405.
Yeah,
But
no.
I haven't hit. I had 385 like
Yeah.
nothing, but I didn't go past that.
Yeah,
gotta
I was stuck
athlete
at
here.
385 for a long time, and then just recently it was like, let's put it on the bar.
We got an athlete here, fucking Justin Acosta,
guy's
I believe.
Dude, he's fucking strong.
He's just like a fucking athlete, man. He played college ball for a little bit and shit like that.
Just thick.
But he hit, yeah, he's thick, dude.
Epa.
He's thick.
We were going for
Family
like
thick.
by 3, and he had like 5 something on the bar, and it made it look like I was warming up at
Yeah.
225. He's
It's
just
like,
moving
like
it.
butter, bro. Just
Yeah.
up and down like nothing. I was like, what
Fucking
the
Saquon
fuck?
Barkley over here and shit. Yeah.
He's not tall, bro.
No.
He's a fucking what?
5'7",
Yeah,
5'8",
5'7", 5'8".
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just a natural fucking athlete.
Yeah.
One of them
If he
God
got
gifted.
if he got all his injuries in order and started working a little bit more mobility, that motherfucker would be a monster because
Yeah.
he is strong as fuck.
He is strong.
That's usually the way it works. So like, I'm not saying I'm the most gifted athlete, but I've always been good at things that I've always picked up.
Yeah.
And I just never cared about any of the warming up,
Yeah.
fucking cooling down. I didn't give a shit about any of that. And I think that's just a lot of natural athletes like that just have natural ability
Yeah.
to do things.
I didn't warm up today.
Yeah, with that weight.
So
I
I just think
hardly
that's all
warm
our
up,
problem. I think what they should start doing, like especially in athletics, whether I don't care what it is, man,
Is-
like just teaching people, especially the ones that are gifted, like the ones
Yeah.
that you know just have that natural talent, just being like, look, man, you can't just run off of that
Yeah.
all the time. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I argue with not argue, but I told my little girl because she's doing volleyball, and I'm like,
What?
hey,
What
they're
you play?
volleyball.
Oh,
There you go.
What I say?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. So they're doing strength stuff, right? So they go to the weight room, and what I say? I say weight room.
You said rate room.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I got you though, man. I got
Hey,
you.
I need some water over here, man. So they go and they'll just start trying to max out. Like they'll start,
What?
yeah, like no.
So dumb.
They're like, hey, you have 3 minutes for 3 girls. Y'all have 10 minutes. I'm sorry to get
Find
up
your
to
1 rep max.
get up to 3 rep or whatever, right? No warm up, no like, hey, let me do a couple.
Start fucking
They
stacking.
just start going, and then she's like,
way.
hey, I didn't hit my my weight that I did last week, and I'm like, well, what did you hit? And I don't know how much it was. I think she was hitting, 200 or something, and then
On a back squat?
yeah.
Damn, she's strong.
Yeah, she pretty young. But
Fuck.
anyways, like she was like going and she's like, yeah, well, I just put 135 and then she put whatever and then she did it. She goes, because they were hurrying me up. And I was like, don't fucking do that shit. She's like, well, last time I did it and I couldn't finish, I told her why was because I was warming up and the coach got mad at me. I was like, oh, fuck that. You tell the coach to call me that shit because y'all need to gradually go up,
Yeah.
you know? And that's the thing, like these coaches, I mean, you look at them and you can tell that they didn't,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they don't work
Whenever,
out.
Went
when everybody
online
walks in
and
They were
this
picked
gym,
last.
Yeah.
Like on the fucking playground.
when
yeah.
everybody walks in this gym and they're like, "Hey, is the coach here?" and I'm like,
No, seriously, where's the coach?
"Yeah, seriously, where's the coach at?"
Those that can't do teach. Those that can't teach
Bill-
teach PE.
Bill
Teach
Belichick,
gym.
bro. Bill Belichick never threw a touchdown pass in his life, but he's got fucking 5 or 6 rings.
We're just talking about this yesterday. The weightlifting, some guy up in Houston that did John's girlfriend's programming and stuff. Like he's not the greatest, but he has like a couple of ranked national weightlifters under him because I mean he just knows how to teach good. You know, he
Yeah.
just can't lift strong.
But I think that's something that no offense, I obviously think that CrossFitters, especially at that high level, like at these national
Yeah.
levels, there's obviously athletes. You have to be able to do that type of shit.
Yeah,
At the same time, though, I think CrossFit is a perfect place to put high school students or college students whenever they're in these weight programs, like to get strong and shit. Like, because then, like you saying, you get these coaches who just know football,
yeah.
but yet they're trying to teach the dudes in the weight room how to fucking lift weights and shit. Like, bro, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got a specialty. No knock on that, man. Do what you got to do, but that's why you get a lot of these, like, especially I know when I played football in high school, like being in that field house, man, it was just like fucking grind it out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, who
Yeah.
cares? Who cares if your fucking back's rolled over like
Yeah.
that and you're squatting down and your knees are going past your toes and shit? Like, who gives a fuck? Just do it.
I honestly think that it's getting better because the stat's been in here for like the past 2 summers, and when they were in the weight room,
Give him his drink, bro.
oh, you want some of this,
Like, get
dude?
my juice.
Yeah,
Here you
he's
go, bro.
thirsty.
So when Lestat's been in here, and the coaches know that, and that they use him for a lot of demos. He said, it's like they're like, hey, Lestat, get under that rack and show people how you're supposed to squat or deadlift and stuff like that.
That's not good for a coach though. Like, dude, teach them, and the Lestat doesn't talk very well.
Not teach them, but like they're talking through it like I would sometimes.
Okay.
And be like, look, notice how he has his back straight and stuff like that.
So they're seeing his form and everything.
So, hey, check it
they're
out.
not just like, hey, do it. All right, that's what y'all need to do. Type of deal.
But yeah, he said that
him.
they use him for a demo.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think, and that's something that like I would take. Like, so say if my son wants to be in sports, and I know I can go into their whatever weight program they have inside of school, and I'm just like, fuck that, you're not doing that no more. You know what I mean? I think
You're gonna supplement it outside.
I think that should be more of a thing nowadays, and I think CrossFit is perfect for that, man. I think these gyms that are just popping up, these CrossFit gyms. I'm not saying all of them because I've been in a CrossFit gym. I'm not going to name any names. It's not in San Antonio, but I just don't want to do that to them. Where
he's talking about my garage.
No, the dude that was teaching didn't know shit about what he was teaching, and I don't know. You know, I'm not like the expert at it, but I've seen enough, and I've been around people who know enough to be like, no, bro, that's not how you fucking do that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense. So I think what you guys, not just you guys, but CrossFit as a whole, the community, I think it's very good, man. And I know, like I say, I give him a lot of shit, but I just give him shit just to give him shit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
There's no sense behind it other than that. But
this motherfucker will text me just to argue in a group chat.
Yeah, I just like arguing, man.
I'm like, just leave me alone today.
Like, not today, please.
They'd be like, hey, you see this video? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like, nah, it wasn't. It was terrible. I'm like, what? Did you just text me to argue with me?
Yeah. But I'm super happy that he got Lestat inside doing this type of stuff, because
kid's getting good too.
Not only that, he's just a super athlete, man. I think he's got a lot of potential. He doesn't have the.
He's not the smartest
Yeah,
kid.
he could pick up those IQ points a little bit.
It makes a lot of dumb decisions.
But I will say this, man. Like, he's just a freak of nature, dude. Yeah. Dude's got long legs. Fucking stout, man.
He's fast sprinter.
Chilote.
Nah, he's getting good, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's really getting good. He's like so close to getting that bar muscle up.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I want him to. He's one of those kids that you can, like, you wish that he would just pick an Olympic sport, which I'm hoping, like, would you say CrossFit is going to become an Olympic sport?
No.
Are they trying to? No?
Yeah,
okay.
they're trying to.
Well, they're trying to, like.
Well, Olympic lifting is, though, right?
Yeah.
Olympic lifting.
Well,
he's a kid that I can think that can, like, do something with the Team USA, like doing a sport that's an Olympic sport, you know?
Yeah.
Olympic lifting was kind of dying, and then CrossFit fucking boosted that shit up big time. I've never watched Olympic lifting before I got into CrossFit.
Yeah.
Now I'm like fucking pumped for meets. I'm like, oh shit, look at this. Yeah, but if it wasn't for CrossFit, I think Olympic lifting.
Lifting's fun, man. I think if I don't like lifting at all, he'll tell you, bro. I fucking hate lifting, dude.
Yeah.
I'm weak when it comes to lifting, shit like that.
Legs.
Yeah, but one thing that I did like doing, and he had me doing, and now Chris has had me doing it. But one thing that we kind of concentrated on I concentrated on with him for a couple months was Olympic lifting, and it's just fun, man. I think the explosiveness it gives, it just gives.
What type of Olympic lifting were you doing there?
Power cleans, his. We weren't having him snatch or anything, but just a lot of power cleans, just explosiveness.
Hang?
Hang. It was tough, man. Something that he'd never done before, so it was really hard for him to pick up.
Never really even lifted, man.
Jose Menos, bro, that guy, I couldn't teach him to fucking do a goddamn thing.
So anything like body weight wise, or anything that, you know, is just more agility or anything like that, I can fucking master easy, bro. Like, pull ups all day, man. Strict, I can get those strict easy all day.
You put 135 pounds on the bar and have him back squat, and by like number 4, he's like, oh
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I have no shame in saying that, man. I fucking hate weight.
Leg strength stamina at all, other than that fucking.
But I'll chop a fucking tree down if you need me to, man. I'll fucking chop that bitch down, dude.
Like fucking like Jean-Claude and Kickboxer, fucking with your feet.
No way.
So yeah, man. But I plan on after these next 2 fights, hopefully in October, I'll have some time off, man. I want to get away from the gym and do something different.
You got a whole gym right here, bro.
Yeah. I like to do things different, man, just to kind of break the monotony of it all. And I'll finish off the year like last time. I just fucking started lifting with him just to fucking do it. You know what I mean? So I'll probably end up joining soccer team too or something like that.
Yeah, play some more soccer.
Yeah, something like that. man.
Shit, soccer team.
Yeah, bro.
They tried to get me to play, but they fucking suck. And I was like, I'm not gonna go out
Yeah,
there
we
and
did.
get my ass
Yeah, we
handed to
sucked.
me and get injured and ruin my gym time.
Wait, so you're saying that they suck or that?
No, we
they-
sucked.
they were terrible.
Yeah, we sucked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our team just had bad chemistry. Like I fucked up and put our two other friends who are brothers on the same team, and they're the fucking worst to put on the same team. Man.
Just
So,
arguing the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it was bad. I was just
yeah,
like,
They're like,
and they did all the group texts giving me shit. Come on, come play. I'm not fucking playing with y'all. No, I'm not gonna waste my time and fucking get fucking 8 million shots on goal
Yeah.
because y'all are fucking
It's bad.
arguing the whole time. And I was like, and then I
It's
get
bad.
hurt. I was like, nah, I'd rather just lift.
Granted, when I'm playing defense for this guy, he doesn't
He's
get
a
scored
little,
on that
he's a
much.
little better, but
Yeah.
most of the other guys don't know what it
they
is.
Fucking suck.
so what do you play?
I play keeper, bro.
Oh,
Just
that's
like my
right.
stat. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Damn, so you can move that fast?
I'm fucking quick, bro. I'm like a fucking sopa leopard over here.
That's fucking funny.
Fuck. So inside this gym though, so it's just pretty much all CrossFit. I know y'all do like the dodgeball and stuff. What is that? Is that just on like
That's for warm-up.
Warm-up games.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay,
play a lot
that's
of
cool,
warm-up
man.
games. Yeah.
That's dope, man.
We
That's
got a
real
basketball
dope.
court back there that Rambo made Ralph buy. He used it like 3 times,
And
and now
that's it.
that's the only one that plays
This
on
guy's
it.
fucking
Lestat plays on it all day.
all day.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
So I was hoping other people would just grab it and just play on
I'm-
Saturday and
I'm gonna
stuff.
use it for warm-up. I'm gonna play knockout.
yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
it's fun.
We're gonna play here or like
You
at a-
can't even walk right now, bro. And
No,
you're
not right now.
You're not even gonna be here.
No, I'm saying for me against Daniel.
I'll set it up right now. I'll fucking FaceTime this guy.
So
Do
you
it.
so you live in Colorado for good? Like you moving out?
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
I'm
with
gonna-
that.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
What part?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. Oh shit, yeah, that's where Olympic Training Center is at.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
dope, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. to
He'll
go.
never be there.
So they have that. They have that like incline.
Yeah,
thing,
my
too.
girlfriend did it yesterday morning.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That sucks.
Hey,
not
Ava,
looking
where's your
forward
dad?
to it. Well, he's setting it up right now.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I need to talk to him.
I went up there to go visit my girlfriend, and then it just lined up that I had a couple of interviews that just happened,
Hey,
and then got offered jobs.
There you
over there,
go.
So
Han said, when are we gonna set up this basketball game?
when
Whatever, bro. Just do it. Whatever.
He's leaving like next week,
2 weeks
2
We
weeks.
can do it. We can do it this week.
Oh, you want to do it this week
this week. Yeah.
on a
I'm down.
Thursday night or what?
Thursday night. Yeah, sounds good.
All right,
All
look,
right.
here it is.
He says
Okay,
you're
Hans.
fat and white, dude, so you don't have no ball skills, dude.
Did you hear Jerm?
Yeah, I'm all in too.
You're on the podcast right now, bro. So we'll hit you up a little later.
All right, bro.
But you got it. He said Thursday night.
Thursday. All right.
All right,
I'll,
sounds good.
I'll get the gym set up at the house.
All right,
All
sounds
right,
good.
later.
Later, bro.
We got. Oh, look at that. We got what's his name, Dan.
Yeah.
Remember on Thursday?
Oh yeah, we got it Thursday. Well, we can do it right afterwards.
Oh yeah, we can.
That's the 9 o'clock. We just head from here. If I can play some ball real quick.
This could be so fun.
Yeah.
I would record this shit.
I gotta hand me the rest up, and I'm gonna be ready to go, boy.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, there you go. We fucking got Daniel on the podcast, so he set it up with fucking Hans.
Let's
And
do it.
then the week after, sparring with Jeremy.
Right before you leave.
Fuck no. No, I remember taking like a couple of my friends years ago, like getting passes to like a Club KO cardio class, and that shit was
That's not
no
the
joke.
same.
Yeah, no, it's not the same. No.
I could
not the same.
hit a bag for the 5-minute rounds that we had all the time. As soon as I stepped in the ring to spar, fucking
Yeah.
completely gassed. It's not the same.
No,
you can
yeah,
hit a
no, I
bag
know.
all day, double M bag. And
Oh,
I
the
feel
bag
hell
don't
yeah.
hit you back, man.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
fucking cardio, boom, boom, getting it. Fucking 2-minute rounds, dead.
I bet.
Yeah.
I fucking bet that shit. A lot of cardio. I
Oh
would
yeah,
assume.
dude. Yeah, you gotta.
And that's why they had me on their soccer team just to run up and down the fucking field the whole game, man.
I didn't have to run. I'm playing keeper.
You're just playing keeper the whole time. All right, man.
Anything else, man? Anything else you want to get out? Let anybody know? Shout outs, team.
Shout out to my whole team, Davies Entertainment. Shout out to all my trainers, Art, my dad, everybody, my girlfriend Lucy, my son Jeremy, my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. I made it, Mom. Sheath Underwear, Pinnacle Wellness, man.
Those underwear are nice.
Yeah, Stability Staffing.
Nice, getting all those shout outs.
Yeah.
I try to, man. I try to. They help me out a
No,
lot.
whoever helps you out, man, shout them out.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, man, if y'all ever, if you like chiropractor work, but if
Yeah.
you ever go to Pinnacle Wellness, man, Pinwell, they know what they're fucking doing there, man. Those guys
Where are
really
they located at, man?
1604 and I-10, a little bit past. It's out by, you know where the ridge is at? Club Lush.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Club Lush. It's downstairs.
Anchor Bar.
Right under, yeah, right next
I
to
know
Anchor
it,
Bar.
not the Club
How-
Lush. I
how you
the
know what
other-
Club Lush is
The
at?
other shit that what you
Mhm,
just said
okay.
right now.
Anchor Bar. Anchor Bar. Okay, yeah. So next door to Anchor Bar is
I got you.
is Pinnacle Wellness, but they'll do 2 free day examination if you tell them I go in there. They'll give you X-rays, all that shit, man.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, they're serious about their shit, man. Two good guys, man. But yeah. Other than that, man, just shout out to my family. You guys, man. Thank you for having me on.
Where can
Yeah.
people
Shit,
find
thank
you
you
on
for coming,
social
man.
media?
Oh, they changed my handle on Instagram, so
Did they? Let me pull it
yeah.
up.
I think it's the Hunter Ortiz is my Instagram handle.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I believe so, bro.
What about on Facebook?
I don't run that one.
I know, but what's your? What can?
don't-
How can they find you?
I don't know. It's
Eddie
He's
the
like,
Hun-
I don't
Eddie
know.
the-
Eddie the Hunter Ortiz, I
Yeah.
think.
All right. So his Instagram handle is what?
Oh, well, cool beans.
That's not his. The Hunter Ortiz.
The Hunter Ortiz,
Yeah, the
is my
Hunter.
Instagram.
Yep.
I do get on that though, guys. Like, don't think because I don't know my handle.
Instagram is the one he runs, and
Yeah.
I don't run it. I just get on it and I check in. So
Yeah.
they had to probably change it because it's fucking DMs or something. Who knows?
yeah, for sure, for sure, bro.
That-
For
that-
sure, they tell me all the time.
That
man.
you right there?
That's me, yes sir. That's me, man. Yeah.
What
So
is
that-
it on
Insta.
Facebook?
on Facebook?
It's just the Hunter Ortiz.
No,
Is
that's
Eddie
it.
the Hunter Ortiz.
it's
on
Eddie the Hunter Ortiz
on
there.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
And I-
Edward the Hunter Ortiz.
I'll be getting to Twitter soon, but I
Can't
ain't
do
got enough
Twitter, bro.
time, man.
Twitter's
Yeah.
just like mainly news. Like, oh, what's happening in the world today? Oh shit, El Paso. I'm like, what's going on in El Paso? It's like, don't go to HEB.
So you don't get on? You don't get on the Instagram or that?
No, I do get on the Instagram. So
Hombre, wait, hold
Instagram.
on. I just fucking open up my Instagram to find it, and then I find this fucking chapets.
Who?
This one.
That's not. I didn't post that.
Wait a minute.
Look.
ain't nothing wrong with
Hey,
that.
man,
dude.
she loved me.
Yeah, ain't
It's
nothing
all
wrong
right.
with that, dude. Hey, I got you, bro.
Right? Yeah, see? Why you can't be more like this
Yeah.
guy?
Because it took a whole relationship and a child for me to understand what love really was, bro. So, so
It's a softball. I'm not gonna hit it though, Hans. I'm not gonna knock that one out of the park.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was episode 40
Mm-hmm.
with Eddie the
40.
Hunter Ortiz.
Mhm.
I'm Ralph. You can find me at Severed Ralph on Instagram.
And I'm Hans. You can find me at HansJD_3.
Jamie, you can find me at jamiefatberry.com.
Blackberry.
James Newberry.
Oh, yeah.
Still at El Cool Beans. Thanks a lot, Burro.
Yeah.
We'll hit you up. We gotta get a picture for the
Yeah.
episode.
So again, you can follow him at the Hunter Ortiz, and you can find us at Barbell Jerks Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Episode 39 will be up today for YouTube, and all the other episodes we're caught up on, and hopefully we can get this one up by Tuesday and this one up by Monday for
Monday on Spotify.
on Spotify, Apple, and all
Everything
those-
else.
everything
Nice.
else. So thank you guys. Episode 40.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.